Oh, Stoefenbahn. Hey guys, welcome to another video. Yeah, and I'm talking to you from a bike path, a bike lane, guys. After about, well, I want to say 5 or 6 kilometers of riding, I finally found one that is actually clearly marked and useful, protected in a way by a tall curb. Before that, there was a lane that was kind of marked for bicycles, but bicycles and motorcycles, and it was more or less half-ass. There were some cars parked in it further down, and then well, I don't want to say cars were using it because I haven't seen it, but I could see it. Anyways, it's not protected by any means. It's not even a line there, you know, it's just a sign on the sidewalk. That's all there is. But this looks good. So did you see there's even a light especially for the cyclists, which is kind of awesome. It's just from our place where we're staying to get to this bike lane isn't so easy, and now I'm trying to figure out like how far it is from here to go to the Malecon, where we know there are bicycle lanes. There's pedestrians on here too, apparently, but she's making space for me. And there's a motorcycle crossing the lane. Well, you gotta be aware of traffic here regardless of whether you're on a bike lane or on the street. And I wouldn't want to be on the street here. I mean, look beside me, it's kind of busy. It's afternoon traffic. I found that here, as well as in Puerto Vallarta last year, like on these main roads, the traffic is horrendous. It's just too much. Don't really want to deal with it. So yeah, I'm grateful for having this bike lane for sure. I'm thinking this is gonna lead to the Malecon, because I see high-rise buildings up ahead, and that's typical of Mexican waterfront. Now here's guys directing the traffic, so that means the traffic light apparently is out of order. By the way, if you're wondering where the Home Depot is, I now know. I think these guys are doing a great job, but it's a hell of a job. Job and a half, or what do you call it? I wouldn't want to stand there and then be responsible as soon as you have a collision, but I don't know how that really works. Now you're seeing exactly what I'm seeing, and it looks good, but does it look like it continues on there? Oh yeah, it does. Just another light that's not working, and there are vehicles in my way now. I'm gonna put the camera away for a little bit. I'm just trying to get to the Malecon and I'll turn it back on again. So guys, I'm finally on the Malecon. I recognize some of the buildings like way behind me, so that's how I know how to find my way back home. However, it was quite the ordeal to get here. I shouldn't say ordeal, but see, part of my job today is to scope out the ways that we can take with our bicycles around here, because for Barbara it's always a big deal to cycle in traffic and feel safe enough, and it's kind of essential for riding around town that she does feel safe. And so I'm trying to find ways for us that are, you know, that have less traffic, that have wider shoulders and perhaps bike lanes and stuff, so we can both feel good about cycling around here. The Malecon is the best place that I found so far. I mean, we discovered it already yesterday or the day before, so we know which way we have to go to get there so far. But the way that we walked, I'm not sure if it's the best way to actually get there by bike, because it's still a fairly busy road even though it's wide enough, and it seems like drivers here seem to expect bicycles and motorcycles on the road. But it's always better to go in like a residential area where there's just less of it, you know, less traffic, and we could just take our time and it's not so noisy. That's also a big deal. Yeah, as you can see, it's busy here. It's not even a really nice day or anything, but I'm gonna hop back on that bike and follow this Malecon just to see what it's like to ride here, you know. And then once I get to this building that they're making with a huge hole in the middle, interesting structure, then I know I have to turn back toward our place, and it's not really far from the Malecon. That's a good thing. So I'm by the beach here, and the one thing I could tell you about my first impression about this Malecon is there's one thing that I haven't found so far that I don't like so much here when you compare it to Puerto Vallarta. See, in Puerto Vallarta there was a whole section where the whole Malecon is just cycles and pedestrians, and it's super wide, and there are businesses on the opposite side of the beach. There are businesses there like stores, the typical knick-knack stores. There are ice cream parlors, there are restaurants, there are like places you could have a beer, or you know, all that kind of stuff. Now here on the other side of the Malecon, all you have is a busy road, and Like whoever planned this, unfortunately, I gotta say they failed big time. I mean, have a look at this. See, this is the same road we had a hard time crossing the other day. And it seems to go all along this waterfront. It's a road, for crying out loud. I don't want to sound like a whiner, but why couldn't they put the road like behind those buildings or completely somewhere else? Doesn't have to be right by the beach, or does it? That, in my humble opinion, was a mistake. But yeah, who am I? I'm gonna try to go a little further. Once I get to the end of this where I should be turning, then I'm gonna follow this along a little bit further and see where it goes. Buenas. So guys, I think I took the bike path all the way from north to south, the Malecon, the bike path, but now I'm on a part where I could probably also ride the bike if I'm careful enough, because it's wide enough here for that. Yeah, it probably goes around a bit more. So for now I'm just gonna stop here, go back to the house. I know Barbara's busy with some paint project, but we wanted to go for a walk before it gets too late. Perhaps scope out our nearby neighborhood a bit, and I also have to scope out what's the best way to get to these bicycle paths from our house. So that's what I'll be doing on the way home. I hope you enjoyed this little ride. It's my first real ride in Mazatlan with the bicycle. I'm hoping there'll be many more. I'm hoping I'll discover a lot of awesome things here. So if you're looking forward to that the way I am, then I recommend that, of course, you subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up so that more people can get to see it. I would really appreciate that. Hey guys, I lied. I went a little bit further because it was just good riding still. Look at that antique car. So yeah, I went as far as I can go on more or less like a Malecon protected bike lane / whatever you want to call it. And now I'm gonna have to turn around, of course. But first we're going to check out this motorcycle sculpture. Hi. This guy looks pretty serious. But I don't think he's gonna chase me if I'm gonna do something bad on my bike. So, see that behind me? This is you go all around this kind of hill there. And then what I'm looking at, there's another few islands over there. So I think on a nice day, when it's not too sunny, but almost like this, but maybe a little bit calmer, I'll take my drone down here. So yeah, I think this southern part of the Malecon, I like it a lot better. Even though the road is still there, but it seems like the traffic thins out. It seems like the northern part is more like a main artery. And once you get to this part here, it's like the old town. It's a little bit more relaxed. So I think that's where we're probably going to spend a lot of time. Once again, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be on my way back now to the house. And you know what to do. If you give me a thumbs up, it helps the algorithm figure out that this is a good video. And if you subscribe to my channel, that helps everybody else to see that this is a good channel. So thank you. And I'll see you very soon in another video.